Today's replay is from the Thought Police versus Blank. Those are two names that are doing well. The Redacted Police and Blank. Cool. Feels cool. Ah! Greenskins High Elves. Some very strange builds. I believe this was a quick battle or something. We have 5 Night Goblin Archers, 5 Orc Boys, and then 5 Night Goblins, not the Spinning Loons variant. We have the Hammer of Gork, and then triple Orc Boar Boy, and Azhag the Slaughter in the sky with Fate of Buna, Spirit Leech, sorry, not Fate of Buna, Purple Sun, Soul Blight, and Spirit Leech. On the other side for the High Elves, we have some Illyrian Reavers, Silver Helms, more Illyrian Reavers, Spearmen, 5 Spearmen. You have triple Sisters of Avalorn, one of which is the Everqueen's Court Guard, the Keepers of the Flame Phoenix Guard, Alarielle the Radiant on foot with Earthblood, Faw's Protection, and then her Star of Avalorn, or Heart of Avalorn, or whatever the hell, and a Froststar Phoenix, which is currently being a very over-aggressive, flies straight past Azhag taking a free hit, and now archers are going to shoot at it. And Froststar Phoenixes are rather tanky, and I guess it has healing from Alarielle, but this still seems a little over-eager as Azhag lands on it. Archers are all going to fire at it, and he's completely alone. You might want to be falling back. Arrows rain in. He's down to half HP. Meanwhile, the High Elves get to move up a little bit. Some Silver Helms are forgotten, but they'll arrive eventually. And the Froststar Phoenix, now under half HP, decides maybe this wasn't the best idea. Starts to run away. Wants to get back up into the sky. And the Sisters of Avalorn will all start firing at Azhag to deter him from chasing any further. But the Froststar Phoenix stalls out. I think it got staggered by Azhag, and then it dropped its orders to run away, and now it just doesn't think it's doing anything. I don't know. But he's T-posing. He's T-posing something fierce. Gets back up into the sky. And he'll now try to run home to Alarielle. Great start for the Greenskins. Illyrian Reavers pile into Night Goblins. And there the Froststar Phoenix gets a Star of Avalorn. But he moves out of it, so he only gets a little bit of the healing. Really rough start for the High Elves. Sisters of Avalorn teeing off onto the Hammer Gork. They will push it off already. Azhag also taking a bunch of damage. Illyrian Reavers in the distance losing to Orc Boar Boys. Now it's the revenge of the High Elves. As these archers are in range, they can really deposit Bloody Ruin onto these guys. Silver Helm should be able to catch these Orc Boar Boys. Illyrian Reavers should be able to push off the Orc Boy regulars. And Spearmen can hold for a while, so these archers are going to do their best to get their damage while they can. Froststar Phoenix is a little AFK, getting shot for free while Alarielle joins the frontline fight with her Spearmen and the Keepers of the Flame Phoenix Guard. Azhag has been forced to stay in the back to stay away from those 3 scary archers. Silver Helms obliterate the Orc Boar Boys with the help of some Sister of Avalorn cover fire. So if these Silver Helms loop back in and rout off these Orc Boys with a rear charge, then the back of the High Elf line could be secure. Azhag's flying in. He does need to get punished for this, but it doesn't look like the Sisters of Avalorn are in any position to do so, as they have been overrun a bit. Silver Helms do come back like we wanted. They rear charge some Night Goblins. And, other Night Goblins. These are both Goblin units. They can rout off pretty easily. Sisters of Avalorn throw on guard mode. They are going to fire at Azhag at point-blank range. And the High Elves are actually up on the balance of power, which is silly, considering all that's happened so far. Azhag taking a lot of damage. He is doing a lot of work to the Everqueen's Court Guard. The other Sister of Avalorn also getting knocked down quite a bit by these Orc Boys. And the Silver Helms and Illyrian Reavers struggling a little bit to push off these Night Goblins and other Orc Boys. But that is going to be a nasty Purple Sun as it encompasses the entirety of these Sisters of Avalorn. It's pretty good damage. Takes a lot of them out. Not as much damage as you would think, considering it's sitting right on top of them. Yeah, right, that spell still really sucks. 18 wins of magic for that piece of crap. But, okay. It ended up routing off these guys, and the Greenskins are back in the lead. Now, Alarielle has been chilling next to the Froststar Phoenix, healing it up. Keepers of the Flame are coming back in. And the Everqueen's Court Guard still firing at Azhag while Alarielle fights him, and Spears are fighting him, and Froststar Phoenix is fighting him. Might be a little overbold from Azhag's. Now the Keepers of the Flame are joining the fight, and some of these Night Goblins for the Greenskins have walked into the frontline fight, which they will need to disengage from. Sisters of Avalon still firing in. Orc Boar Boys should be able to take out the Ever Queen's Court Guard. These other Orc Boar Boys are just going to run down these other Sisters of Avalon. No more archer fire for them. The Greenskins do need to pull back their other archers. And Larry has got herself a bit of a heal spear blob right now. Some Spearmen, Keepers, and Frostheart Phoenix. Other Spearmen getting slowly whittled down while Silverhelm's attempt to rear charge. Oh, the Hammer of the Gork is back online. Hello. You have one model left, but you're firing at some sisters in the distance. There's a nice Star of Avalorn, healing up a bunch of elite units, bringing that balance of power back towards middle. I'll play on ×2 for a little bit. Spearmen are surrounded by Night Goblins. Just pushes both them off pretty easily. And now, the shitty unit quality of base Night Goblins is coming into the fray, as a lot of your front line is literally worthless. Night Goblin archers also aren't going to be able to do very much against High Elf Spearmen. Keepers of the Flame will be a bit of a menace. Frostheart Phoenix has been nice and healed up from the Ever Queen. And Azhag is looking a little damaged. High Elves all of a sudden ahead on the balance of power. As Boar Boys doing a nice job cleaning up these extra archers. I do like that. No more extra pokes from them. Spirit Leech onto Alariel, trying to whittle down her health pool at some point. Spirit Leech does a lot of damage to her. She's on foot, so she doesn't have a big HP pool. That's nice. Frostheart Phoenix chasing down Azhag. He pops Ard Armor to give himself better stats to return fire. Frostheart Phoenix getting another heal, getting it closer to its heal cap. 50-56 versus 40-48. I'm kind of surprised the Frostheart any hits onto him at all. Then he pops Soul Blight onto it to lower its armor and base stats. Damn. High Elf Spearmen still chilling. Vibing. Night Goblin Archers not pulling far enough away from the fights. They are getting locked up in melee. They do need, there's like 4 or 5 of them. They need it to all run in a different direction and just draw the High Elves out. Boar Boys have shattered some stuff in the back so they can return to the fight now. Azhag continues to lead the Frostheart Phoenix on a merry chase. And archers are even trying to help out with the Frostheart Phoenix while they're still in melee. Do need to separate out and back off. Azhag still taking surprisingly little damage from the Frostheart Phoenix. Dueling better than I would expect. Valerian or Spearmen are pretty spooky. Another Spirit Leech for the Frostheart Phoenix. Archer still shooting at it while it tries to fly over them. Azhag will get away once more. Boar Boys, like I said, need to be rallied. Archers, like I said, need to split off. But at this point, I'm just a broken record. Mistakes are mistakes. Shit happens. So where are we at for the High Elves? They have 3 Spearmen left, 2 of which are healthy. A Phoenix Guard, which is very healthy. Larry is doing fine. The Frostheart Phoenix, low on health, but not dead. Balance power shifts heavily into the High Elves' favor. Greenskins are starting to rally in the distance. Now, strangely enough, routing for them was the best thing because it forced their archers to spread out. And now their archers can stand apart and shoot at things, which is really great for them. So they're now firing into these Spearmen and Keepers of the Flame and stuff. Another Waz popped. Azhag Spirit Leeches the Frostheart Phoenix yet again. Doesn't want to challenge it to combat just yet. High Elves continuing to get whittled down. Healing caps in sight for a lot of them. Azhag pops some stuff. Foe Seeker to catch up to the Frostheart Phoenix. He just wants to get a quick nomp onto it, but he misses, and then Foz Protection is cast onto the Frostheart Phoenix, giving it way better stats. Azhag is getting whittled down. Meanwhile, archers are surrounding the High Elves. And the High Elves are not sauntering forth at all. They're just going to sit here and take this damage, which, okay, I guess I can respect it. Azhag's Ard Armor is popped for him. Foz Protection is still active for Frostheart Phoenix, and it is overall getting the better of Azhag. Though a Spirit Leech plus Archer Fire will whittle it down even more, and Azhag somehow managed to keep his leadership underneath him. Frostheart Phoenix does rout. And Archer is still firing at the High Elves who are just letting it happen. Kind of surprised that the Archers are wasting their time on Spearmen. Probably want to shoot at the Phoenix Guard. But okay. Archers, they're also firing at Larry. Oh, they want to take her out. Okay. Yeah, they're firing at her, not the Spearmen. I see, I see. So in that case, Larry would want to be out in the middle of nowhere just running in circles. She would not want to group up with her Phoenix Guard like this, because now any arrow that misses her is going to hit the Phoenix Guard. More Night Goblins charging to their death against the Phoenix Guard. Archers continuing to poke away at Larry. This Spearman somehow got isolated, but the Greenskins don't have a lot that can really deal with it. We still have some Bacon Cav in the distance that does need to come back. Archers firing away at the Keepers of the Flame. They're at half HP. Heal cap in sight. Frostheart Phoenix has returned to the battlefield. And now the Archers are doing a bit of kiting, so that's good. Little bit of Benny healing as Larry takes more damage. Azhag flies over to see what's going on. Foz protection for those Phoenix Guard, giving them 86 melee defense. They don't give a single shit. Azhag's gonna Spirit Leech the Frostheart Phoenix. He is done with the aerial duel. He wants to just be safe up here. And if the Frostheart Phoenix dies, which the Spirit Leech looks like it will kill it, means he cannot be touched in the sky anymore. There's no range units or anything for the High Elves that can deal with him. Larry is clutching barely to her life. 400 HP or less, and her leadership is still in the 18 area. Boar boys that charged in are killed off, and that was the full health one. Oof. Brutal. Larry's still getting shot, though. Down to 59 leadership. Not 59 leadership. 59 HP. She routs and dies. High Elves are down on the balance of power. Greenskin archers. 6 volleys over here. 3 over here. 6 over here. Yeah, that's a lot of arrows left to deal with. I don't know if the Phoenix Guard can do it. Soul Blight onto them, reducing their armor so that the archers do a little bit more damage. And that is GG. Wacky builds. Very wacky builds. Azhag did quite nicely, which was good to see. Good to see someone besides Warzag do well. Night Goblin archers all got really, really good value. Orc boys did pretty darn nicely. Night Goblins sucked and died. That unit's trash. On this side, Larry did great, just healing everything a ton. Frostheart Phoenix was a little too aggressive. Spearmen did fine. Phoenix Guard did fine. Sisters of Avalorn, they did okay. They did okay. Cavalry got wrecked, though. GG. Roar!
Subscribe, yes, yes.